Hello, everybody. If I look like a mess, it's because I am. I just spent the entire day cleaning. I'm trying to get as much done as I can, as my body will allow, before I go in for surgery, just so I don't have to worry about it while I'm recovering. And there was a lot of stuff that I had to get done. It's just, I'm only doing this. It's like a mini vlog. I guess not even a vlog. I'm just going to talk. I'm waiting to pick up my son right now. This is more of like an update on what happened with my leg and the MRIs that I did, and how I was telling you guys about that, and how I had to see the orthopedic oncologist. So I went to go see the orthopedic oncologist, and she said that it's not a non-ossifying fibroma. So there's 3 on the left leg, 1 on the right. The 2 of them on the left leg look like fibromas. They are like non-ossifying fibromas. They're like almost perfect circles. That's what they said that it is. And I believe that because doctors in the past had told me that too, and I never questioned that at all. Now, the thing that they scanned with the MRI, that it showed that there was like edema on my report, that's not a non-ossifying fibroma, apparently. I have to get a CT scan just so she can get a better look at it. But she said the way that it looks, it's called menorrheostosis. It's like this rare benign disease that essentially your bone creates too much bone, and then it shows up on your scans looking like dripping candle wax. Still sounds gross to me. I know that's not inherently gross, but like knowing that's in my leg is like gross. She said that it is causing irritation and swelling. I have to get a CT scan for her to get a better look to see, exactly what's going on there, because apparently an MRI doesn't actually show bone well. So I don't know why I did an MRI the first time around, but whatever. That's not really the important part. The important part is like I have to go get a CT scan now. So that's frustrating. And it's also progressive. So it'll just kind of keep growing and getting worse as I age. And I can take like NSAIDs to help with the pain. It doesn't always cause pain, but when she was touching it, it was causing me pain. So she did say I am severely low with vitamin D. So I have to take vitamin D to help with bone pain in general. But I can't take NSAIDs because of the surgery I'm going to get on Wednesday. And then I can take it like after a month after surgery, but I can't take it often. And with the fact of this, this would probably be a chronic thing. So I don't want to do that. And she doesn't want me to do that either. So that's why we'll do the CAT scan and we'll go from there. She also said that sometimes you would go see like an endocrinologist and they would give you phosphorus. And the phosphorus would help slow down the progression. I don't know. It was a lot of information, and I felt really bad because I didn't really take it well. Like, I didn't like flip out or anything. I was just laughing. So I will get to that in a second because that was just so embarrassing. But the other mark on my left leg, she thinks may also be the menorrheostosis just because of the way it looks on the X-ray. They didn't do an MRI of it, so they don't have a clearer picture. She goes, it might be the start of it, but more often than not, it only affects one limb. Like my entire leg will be my issue. But she said it might be on that leg too. So the CT scan is going to show that she's going to have all the marks, even the non-ossifying fibroma. She wants a full scan done. So I'm going to get that done. But yeah, she was just kind of talking to me and I was just laughing. And this poor girl, she was a student. And she was sitting in to learn, and I was just laughing, and she was just looking at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't cackling, but like my face was amusement. Like, I was just sitting there, like, just cracking little tiny jokes, or like just like a soft chuckle. I tend to do that when I'm really nervous, and I can't say never. I don't remember doing that for a diagnosis before. I do tend to laugh a lot when I get nervous. I can't make eye contact for the life of me. I feel like every time I got a diagnosis, I just got really upset, like overly upset, or like numb to it. Like, okay, this is just another thing. I have so many diagnoses that it's not even funny. Like, it's not funny. But I guess when she told me that, I just wasn't expecting it. And then to hear that it's this 1 in 1 million chance of me getting it, it's just comical. It's just comical. I had gallstones at 14, which was unheard of by my doctors. And then I don't get anything normal like the flu or anything like that, because I can't even think at the top of my head of normal sicknesses right now. But no, I get an infected parotid gland. I get gallstones. I get menorrhaeostosis. I have mesenteric paniculitis. Something else that's also so rare that my doctors don't know anything about it. Only few doctors know about it. You have to like read about it and study about it. Like this is my life. And that's why like I just started like chuckling. And I looked at her, I'm like, I'm sorry. And she was like, no, it's okay. Like she started laughing. I think she understood, but the poor student was a little weirded out. And I was just like, yeah. So I'm frustrated just because it is progressive, which means it's just gonna keep growing, which is nasty. And eventually it'll just cause more issues, more pain. If it grows up to like the joint, it'll affect the joint. I will lose mobility. And I'm hoping it doesn't get to that. Or maybe it's so slow growing that I don't know. Then therefore I would not get to that. Or that it grows down. Even so, I would hope that it doesn't do it fast, because it's still going to cause pain. It's still going to be annoying. I'm just frustrated. I am just frustrated. I don't understand how these things happen. And like, I don't know. I got prescribed a vitamin D pill by my bariatric doctor just because he needed to make sure it was safe for the surgery. And I have to take it once a week for 8 weeks. And it's like 50,000 units or something. So it's intense, but whatever. I'm just frustrated. I just want to scream. I'm numb. Like I tend to take everything in stride as much as I can, and I'm numb to it. But I guess because I was just expecting him to say it was non-ossifying fibroma, like the way it all sounded, this was what it was. That's how the PA spoke about it. That's what I believed. Because what else could it be? How could I have gotten something rare? You know, I just don't think about that. I try not to think about that. I'm just like, this is what it is. At least it's no problem. And when I saw the edema, I'm like, okay, at most they're going to have to just go in and remove it. And it's going to be painful and annoying, and it'll be quick and done with. But for it to be this, like I literally like looked at her and I was like, but it's the fibroma. And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, and so we add another thing to the list. And she even said, she's like, you're a complicated case. Like you have a lot of issues. And I'm just like, yeah. Most of them are genetic. Thank you, family, for everything. I love you guys. I really do. Why? And the funny thing was, as she even said, she goes, well, I wish it was like the tumor, because you could just pull out a tumor and it's gone. Like for the fibroma case. So you just pull out a tumor, you take care of the problem, but this is not that case. Sorry to the doctor and the student that saw me chuckling. It's the only way I can handle it at this point. I've been compartmentalizing too much, and I think it was just something that was so far from my mind that it made me laugh. I thought I was thinking the worst by thinking that I would just need surgery, and now I have this disease that can't be cured, and I look like a candle wax, a dripping candle wax. I really hope though that it's not on the other leg like she's thinking it might be, because that is like right by my joint, and that's the last thing I need. And then she was like, you're just gonna have to keep doing physical therapy. I'm like, ma'am, I do not want to do physical therapy for the rest of my life. Physical therapy is great and all. My physical therapist is amazing. I absolutely love her, but it's like hard to take time out of my schedule to go and do these things that A, cause me pain because it's trying to make me get stronger, but I'm weak as shit. And B, it's like I've been doing physical therapy on and off since I was 16. Can't I just not? But yeah, that's my little rant, my little shocking news. Yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. I think that is all I have to say for today. I do have to go pick up my son now. Go about my day like nothing is happening. at the very least, there's no immediate call for action, nothing immediate to scare me. It's just another thing I have to remember having and keep checking every so often and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.